Thank you very much for joining us today as we look ahead to another tremendous fight. Commonwealth light heavyweight title fight at the very, very historic and atmospheric Church House, which we used last week. And as well as that, it's a fight which celebrates, I guess, Frank's 40 years as a promoter. And let's just start with that, Frank, because it's been a long road, plenty of high spots, a few low spots, but a great story.
Yeah, it's been a great story, and I'm glad we're going to church on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to that. And I look back over the years. The first fight I did was for a light heavyweight title fight. Well, I love it, light heavyweight fight, top of the bill. O.T. Gordon against Jerry Martin, two American fighters, both world ranked, at the Bloomsbury Crest Hotel. And when I when I remember that fight, I thought we was going to do some tickets, and I thought we'd have a real big crowd, and the place was empty. You could have gone in there with a machine gun, fired it, you wouldn't have hit anyone. And here we go, we're back again on Saturday in a venue. There's going to be no people there. It's a bit very ironic, and for obviously for different reasons. But I mean, if we could sell tickets, could you imagine? This would be a burst. They'd be knocking down the doors to get in. But yeah, I've had my ups and downs over the years. It's been good fun. I've enjoyed it. I've made some good friends. A couple of little enemies on the way, but mostly friends. And you know, it doesn't even feel like it's 40 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 40. So I'm delighted where we are, and I'm delighted that we're promoting this great fight between these two guys.
I was going to say the great fight. You know, the thing is, after 40 years, and I've known you most of that time as well, that you still have the terrific enthusiasm for the sport.
Yeah, I love the sport. You know, it's the most amazing sport of all. You know, guys, you know, fighters are unique sportsmen, very unique sportsmen, and it's a privilege to be around them, at least most of them. And you look at the depths and what they have to do, the depths they have to go to, what they have to, you know, what they go through to fight, the sacrifices they make, their youth, you know, not being able to do the things what normal youngsters would do. But they sacrifice these things because they're looking for better things in life. They're looking to make their families comfortable and secure their futures. And, you know, in probably for me, the most challenging of all sports. You know, it's not like a football team or a tennis match or a golf match. You get beat and you play a game the next week. It can be a career-defining moments in boxing. And that's why you've got to take your hats off to these guys. They are the top of the pedestal. They're on the top pedestal of all sportsmen.
And we have another excellent fight this weekend on Saturday night, live on BT Sports. And just tell us, in your opinion, Frank, what makes this one, Anthony against Lyndon, such a very good fight? Look, we had a show last Saturday in the church, or the Church House, and that was a great fight. Very competitive, fantastic fight, and this is the same. You know, you look at the styles, you look at the records, you look at the will to win, the determination both these guys have got and what they bring to it, and all it says all over it is fight, and that's what you're going to get, a great fight. And this is one which kind of has been coming from a long way back. In a way, this was always going to happen. Yeah, I think we arranged to do this back in April, originally, wasn't it, guys? I think it was on the undercard, on the same card as the Joe Joyce Daniel Dubois fight. They were going to be together at the O2. For obvious reasons, they didn't happen, and we still managed to keep it going, and that's where we are today, getting the fight on. Well, let's start off hearing from the two fighters here from the champion, from Lyndon. You have had your eyes on Anthony for an awful long time, pretty much since you turned professional. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, you know, watching him go through the gears and through the fight, you know, through the fights he's gone through and just taking on the people he's been, and being at the top of the level of the same promotion team, I think it only makes sense for us to fight. You know, we're both winning, we've both been doing our thing, both great fighters, both British. You know, like I say, like everyone says, it makes for a great British dust-up. I think that's what it's going to be on the night. And what does it mean to you, having thought about it and waited for it for such a long time, to know now that you're going to be going in against Anthony? It's exciting times. I'm excited to get in there. I'm excited to see what's going to happen on the night. I want to test myself against what's supposed to be the best in the business. So let's do it.
I guess it's stating the obvious to say you fancy your chances very much.
Nah, I think I'm gonna get beat. Why would I be here if not? Do you know what I mean?
What's it all about? Is it a style thing? You know, you're the taller guy, great jab. Is that what's going to be playing to your advantage?
We'll see in the night. I believe I'm better. I believe I'm going to win. I'm not here because I'm not here just to make the numbers up or to just be an opponent. I might be on the B side right now, but that's, I'm here to change that.
And it is a fantastic opportunity. If you beat Anthony on Saturday night, then the world stops, the boxing world stops and says, hey, this guy's a bit special.
I feel like I'm special anyway, but this will cement it.
Anthony, you've likewise, you've known that this guy's been coming for a long time. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on?
Well, on the fact that he's always had you in his sights, if you like.
It's boxing. It's a compliment. He would tell you himself. I've done nothing but entertain. Done more than what was expected of me, and that's how I got to the level I'm at. So for me, it's just Saturday night. It's about doing the same thing. Being a bear Anthony Yarde, very entertaining, very explosive, and as smart as I can be.
You've clearly got the knockout power.
Yes.
Is that going to be the key factor, you think? Because he can't keep you off for 12 rounds?
Let's just wait and see. To be honest, I think I've shown that no one can keep me off. Even at the highest level. When I start pressing, I can press. But again, it's about learning. I'm sure he's still learning as well. I'm definitely still learning, and it's about putting on the best performances. And I'm definitely looking forward to the future.
Talk about going to the highest level, and obviously the highest level that you went to was against Kovalev.
Yes.
And what happened. You wound up coming so close in that 8th round, but eventually losing the fight. How much was that a learning experience for you and made you a stronger and better all-round fighter?
I just feel like it's another one of them things, challenging myself mentally. I never visioned that happening or anything like that. Again, I'm supremely confident. Even with what I've been through this year, it's just conditioning the mind, getting yourself as mentally and physically focused and strong as possible. A lot of people couldn't even be here with what I've been through this year. Absolutely not. But again, I didn't make no excuses. I just got back in the ring. And it's lions in the camp.
After the horrendous year that you have had, we're losing your father and your grandmother to this dreadful virus, which has affected all our lives. The chance to go out in your final fight in 2020 and really perform,
Yes.
that must be a special opportunity for you.
Most definitely. Again, I'm one of them people, I don't take nothing for granted. And each time I can go in a boxing ring and do this as a profession, I just thank God. And it's about making the most of it, having fun. And as I said before, it's like I'm telling you, be explosive, be entertaining, and being smart.
Let's just talk about the tactics of the fight. I've already alluded to Lyndon with his terrific left jab, which is clearly his biggest, or one of his biggest assets, plus his mobility. But that left jab is a really world-class weapon. How confident are you that you can actually find a way to negate that?
Again, I'm supremely confident within my abilities. He said it about me before, about who I've fought and the people I've done it against, etc. And again, styles make fights. I'm just not going to be there to be eating jabs or anything like that. And again, I fought somebody with the best jab in the business, one of the best jabs in the business, and definitely one of the best jabs in the lightweight division. And it was only later on in the fight, once I got myself to that situation where I felt like I needed to win by knockout, and that's the only way I was going to win in Russia.
I nearly did.
Yeah, exactly, I nearly did. So again, with that and experience, you find yourself in certain situations where again, you can't even see the jab anymore. But again, that wasn't my focus at the time. My focus at the time now is to be even smarter, even better. And again, you learn from your mistakes.
Lyndon, you'll have your tactics, and you'll have. I'm sure you'll have studied that Kovalev fight, as indeed Pat most definitely will have done. Pat Barrett, your trainer. Does Kovalev, when you watch that fight, does that give you the blueprint as to how you can actually win this?
Nah, because I'm not. I get what you're saying, but I'm not Kovalev. You know, I'm gonna bring a different perspective to the fight, a different style completely. We don't box the same. Kovalev's got a great job. I've got a great job. That's probably the only thing you can say for me. You can only take positives from what he did in that fight there. But respectfully, if you watch it, you got beat still. And you know, as much as you did a great job, and he did do a great job, and nearly, like you say, nearly get him out of there. But you know what, it is what it is.
I was touched, as I'm sure a lot of boxing fans were, with that post you made yesterday, where you actually spoke about what Anthony's been through this year, and afterwards, you know, concluded it by saying, whatever happens, this is just business, but you have the greatest of respect.
Of course, and like I said in the interview, I'm sure he would have done the same for me. If I'd lost somebody or lost a family member, I guarantee he would have messaged me and said condolences and whatnot. So like I say, it's just business. We are two entertainers and we are two boxers at the end of the day. This is just a sport. We have to get in there, we're competitors, we're athletes. It's nothing personal.
How good could this fight be? You talk about entertainment. How good could this be for those watching?
Could be the fight of the year. It might just be the fight of the year. I don't know. It could be. We'll see. We'll see Saturday. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think.
Points, or do you think you can stop him?
I can do both. I believe. You know, can go either way. We'll see on Saturday. It's not far now.
What about you, Anthony? How do you think it's going to end?
Everyone knows me. It's winning the fight by knockout. It's entertainment. Again, that's not saying I'm going to go out there and be stupid. But again, this is a sport. We don't go in there and have sparring matches like we do in the gym. We go out there, entertain. And when you're watching a fight, everyone here in this room, when you're watching a fight, everyone's waiting for the big shot or for the knockout. 12-round fights, people just get bored. That's just me being 100% honest. Sometimes it does go like that. I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and be looking for haymakers. Everyone knows how I box. That's not how I box anyway. But again, when the opportunity does present itself, it's lions in the camp.
A lot on the line for you, isn't there, on Saturday night? I mean, you in a sense, you've got to win this one.
There's always a lot on the line. Every single fight. That's what I try to say to people. From my pro debut to now, each fight has been just as important as the other. Because if I didn't do what I've done in them fights, I wouldn't be here. So again, there's no fight more important than the other. I take each fight extremely serious. Even when I went out to Spain, I took that fight like a world title fight. It was like a world title fight to me. I'm not even joking. I went out there and it wasn't a joke. Again, I'm limited experience and I haven't had the most amount of rounds in boxing, but I take each fight tremendously serious, and I think that's why I'm able to land the shots and get my opponents out of there.
Frank's bursting to get in, but just before he said something, how much would a win for you on Saturday night mean? I know you're the champion, but how much would beating Anthony, in a sense, change your life and people's perspective of you?
You've just said it there. It would probably change my life. You know, it would put me, like how far am I from a world title when I beat Yarde? How far am I off? Fight or two, maybe the next fight. So we just, you know, you said it yourself. It's probably going to change my life.
Could be a life changer.
It could be.
Frank, you were desperate to have the words. Obviously, I mean, there are big plans for whoever wins this fight, and a world title shot in 2021 is a very real option.
Both the guys said it. This is a big moment for them, and my job is to deliver the winner a bigger fight, and I will do that. I believe the winner of this fight will become a mandatory for a world title. So that's what's on the line. So the winner will be in a position, I hope, if I can do what I think I can do, that the winner goes in and gets a mandatory slot. So that's what's on the line. Don't get no better than that.
You're looking forward to this one, aren't you?
I am, because I'm a fight fan. I mean, who wouldn't look forward to this? This is, like I said, it's got fight written all over it. They're two tremendous, athletes, boxers, and they're both winners. That's what they are. And you don't get two winners. On the night, there'll be one winner.
Only a handful of people in Church House on Saturday night. Are you still going to, Anthony, you and your crowd still going to be giving it a bit of Lions in the Camp volume?
I told you, listen, Lions in the Camp is all day and every day. It's a mentality. Whether you've watched the interviews or you understand it, a lion has no choice but to get up and hunt. No matter how that lion feels. Same with me. Again, losing family members, feeling low and stuff. It don't exist. It can't exist because you still got a job to go out there and do. You got no choice but to go out there and hunt. There's times in the gym when I'm with Adi and Tunde, and these guys, there's no, oh yeah, have a break, son, or I can see like you've pushed it this week, have a day off. Nah, it's Lions in the Camp. Adi will tell you. Me and Adi, we're in the gym, I've made his nose bleed, and he's like, nah, F that, let's work. You know what I'm saying? It's a team that's around you. Lions in the Camp.
No crowd on Saturday, Lyndon. Does that make a big difference? Does it worry you at all?
Nah, we boxed last time against Spelman with no crowd. These boxes against Spelman with no crowd. This is the situation we've been placed with. It's a global pandemic. We can't change it. We can't do anything about it. We have to just get on and deal with it. We have to be grateful. There's these boxers not boxing right now that haven't got a job, so to speak, because of this COVID. So how can I say it's going to be any sort of a problem?
For what it's worth, Dex Spellman, who's faced the pair of you, come up short against both of you. You won on points, Anthony winning in the 6th round. Yes. He says that he thinks that you will win. He thinks you've got the style to win it.
Put your mortgage on that.
You're not in the press conference. Be quiet.
That's what he's saying.
Put your mortgage on it.
No, I'm just telling you.
Oh, be quiet.
You'd presumably say rubbish.
He said that Spellman.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's picked Lyndon to win.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's probably because Lyndon didn't stop him. So again, he was upset.
I played with him. That's why I played with him.
Yeah, so did I.
That's why.
So did I, but I stopped him. He was upset that he got stopped. He's never been stopped before. He actually said this to me with his own mouth. He wasn't happy he got stopped, etc. But anyone that watched the fight saw that it would have been a lot more devastating if it carried on. As I said, it's entertainment. It's an entertaining sport, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Last word with Frank. I can't wait. I mean, it promises to be a very, very good fight indeed, and for that reason, boxing fans really want to be tuning in and watching.
Of course they do. That's what we're all here for, to be entertained, to watch this. And it's, as I've said earlier, it's a fantastic sport at its best. And this is a fight at its best. Two guys at the top of their game, world ranked, both world ranked. I know the Commonwealth's on the line, but they're both world ranked fighters. And you don't get no better than this. When you're looking, you're looking to say, what's the fights you'd like to see? Give us a list of fights that are out there you want to see. This is on the list, right up the list. This is one of the fights, and we're getting it, we're delivering it. And the two guys, hats off to them again, they're stepping up to the plate, and they're getting it on. And that is what I like about them. They both, again, think they got the beats of each other. This is terrific. Don't get no better than this.
Excellent indeed. A gentlemanly press conference, I think it's fair to say. Be sure to watch the fight on Saturday night. I don't think it's going to be quite as gentlemanly then. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and watching today. Thank you.
Thanks, fellas. Oh, just one thing before we go. I want to say, Pat, I've known him for, Pat, 102 years now? All those years. I promoted him for a world title fight all those years ago, and that was a great pleasure. We've remained friends since.
Pat Barrett, that is. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Yeah. Where are we going here?
Oh, boxing, yeah.
Cheers, Anthony.
No.
How far apart?
good?
You'll press the camera for a bit.
Face the camera first?
Okay, guys.
Come on, face the camera.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Do you? Thank you for that.
Yes.